Have you noticed that nowadays many men simply don't protect women anymore? This isn't a coincidence. It's a reflection of how society has changed and what it means for you. In this video, we'll explore why chivalry and protection seem to have disappeared.
Do men not understand that when they make excuses for not protecting women from violence from men, because they, in fact, don't want to be harmed as a result of doing so, that they are inadvertently conceding to the idea that men can be and are disproportionately more violent than women towards women. And I just want to reiterate that I said men. I didn't say black men. I didn't say any kind of men. I just said men, meaning all men.
She assumes that all men are violent and therefore inherently a threat. From a traditional perspective, protecting others shouldn't be seen as an unnecessary personal risk, but as a moral duty to care for those who are vulnerable. Today, many men see intervening as potentially bringing physical, legal, or social consequences, so they prefer to avoid conflict. This calculation of self-preservation is one of the reasons why the idea of chivalry and protection is fading.
That mindset to me is crippling, to even wait for a man to go and protect you in general, or
but
handle your shit.
That? Like,
do I want somebody
that from your partner or from a man in general?
From my partner?
From a man in general, would you expect that?
Not from just any old man, because
why not?
He don't owe me shit. I don't owe him shit.
I feel like
that's true.
That's just like that's what I would want.
A person,
but I would expect it from a man. Like, let's say, okay, something so simple like opening the door for you. Like, I would expect that from a man. Like, I don't expect a man to cross in front of me and just keep walking. Like,
I guess for me, I don't hold expectation to just anybody. If you're not my partner or my friend or things like that, and we don't have that basis of a relationship, then me expecting anything from another person is kind of stupid.
Right. That's great, but we living in real life. Like, real life.
That is real life, but that's a sentiment. That's something that you want from somebody. You want to feel that. You want to feel that from a man, but they don't really owe you nothing.
I don't want to feel nothing. All I'm saying is I expect it, because as a man, my view as a man is you're going to be a man. You're going to protect.
She expresses an expectation of protection in everyday gestures, like opening doors, but acknowledges that it's not obligatory. This shows that chivalry has become conditional and symbolic, rather than a social rule. Traditional men today realize that even small acts of protection can be misinterpreted or undervalued, leading to natural hesitation. No one wants to be criticized or misunderstood while trying to be chivalrous.
This isn't just a common sentiment, this is a statistical fact. In the comments section of people discussing the brick incident, you see women saying over and over again, a man has never protected me, but a woman has. And this falls right in line with what we know about the bystander effect. It is a statistical fact that proximity to a man puts you in more danger. And it is women who are more likely to come to your rescue. Men are more likely to be the bystander. This 2020 study found that despite ideas of chivalry, women are far more likely to help you than men. This 2015 study found the same thing. Men are less likely to help you. This 2014 study, men reported more intent to act as a bystander. And as recently as 2022, a meta-analysis of 85 studies found that women were more likely to intervene. And in every single one of these studies, the men had one thing in common that made them less likely to help. In every single study, men had a much higher acceptance of grape myths. They aren't intervening because they believe you deserve it. They believe you've done something, said something, worn something that makes you deserve this behavior. I'm going to say this for you again, clearly. The research shows men don't help women because they believe we deserve it.
She cites studies showing that women are more likely to help other women, while men often remain bystanders. Traditionally, protecting others should be a matter of honor. But modern culture and the perception that intervention could cause legal or social problems have led men to step back. The disconnect between the expectation of protection and fear of consequences causes many men to simply not act.
A couple years ago, I pissed off the men folks because I said that most men are not actually protective, that they're territorial. And all this Deontay Kyle situation has done is made me know that I was fucking correct. The reactions of men fall into two categories, and this could be used as an entire fucking social experiment. Because you have one side of men who are like, you're actually correct. Yes, actually, in order to have community, we have to be able to understand that in order to to want our mothers, our sisters, and our daughters, and for women to be safe, we have to hold other men accountable. And then you have the other set of men who are being like, you're pandering, you're gay. Why aren't women being held accountable? Even though men are the ones who are causing the harm that are being affected onto everybody, not just women, because men are scared of men too. Because if you are only concerned about women who are in proximity to you, who are in relation with you, whether it's your mom, your sister, your daughter, your wife, whoever, and you don't care about other women in the world, you're not protective, you're territorial. This is the same reason why sex trafficking, they use young children or other women or harmed people in order to lure in other women, because they know that a woman is more likely to go and try to assist someone who's in pain and who's hurt. Because in order to truly be protective, you have to care about those around you. You have to care about community. And most men do not give a damn about people who do not benefit them in some capacity. And I also want to say that men are full of shit when they act like they don't understand why women are hesitant towards men, when y'all are afraid of other men too. Y'all heads be on a swivel too. What are we doing?
She points out that many men only protect those close to them, ignoring the rest of the community. For traditional men, protection should be extended, but territoriality and lack of social incentive mean care is often limited to family or immediate circles. Today, men understand that committing to protect all women carries risks for which there is no recognition or reciprocity.
We're past the era of men making assumptions that women need help. Because again, that could be considered disrespectful and misogynistic. And so men aren't going out of the way to just lend a helping hand to women because they don't want to be seen as misogynistic.
You must not be aware of the massive female entitlement that has swept the nation. Not saying that there's not male entitlement. So there was this woman and she almost drowned in the ocean or wherever the heck she was at. And a man saved her life. And she wanted to get him for sexual assault because he touched a breast and his attempt to save her life. So what makes you think that men are going to care about us anymore? I don't like it either, but I know that anytime I ask a man for help, I'm met with, well, what are you going to do for me? So if you expect these men to jump up and help a woman that is being loud and incredibly disrespectful, regardless of what reason it's for, even if they agree with the reason that she's doing it, they're most likely not going to be there to be the savior, because a lot of men just don't do that anymore because we can do that ourselves or, you know, whatever. And I'm not saying that this didn't occur because it's well-deserved to toxic men, but the problem is it's affected good men too. And men don't know who is good and who is bad, and not a whole lot of them are very helpful anymore.
She recounts situations where a man's help was misinterpreted or criminalized, leading to a loss of trust. This creates a dilemma. Good men may hesitate to help, fearing false accusations. From a traditional standpoint, protecting the vulnerable is a duty. But when such actions can result in injustice or punishment, natural caution leads to passivity. Fear of unfair consequences is eroding many men's willingness to take on the role of protector.
If I see one more think piece about why black men don't protect black women, I'ma scream. It's 2023, and we now know that nobody is born a natural leader, a natural provider, or a natural protector. We are not animals in the wild, and even if we were, there are different types of family models that are displayed in the animal kingdom. Who's the provider and protector when it comes to male and female lions? Lions.
She blames men's supposed nature and self-interest, suggesting men only protect what they consider theirs. Traditionally, men were encouraged to protect their families and communities, but the weakening of these social structures, combined with the perception that women value independence over loyalty or reciprocity, makes many men feel discouraged from taking on the role of protector, fearing exploitation or rejection.
So there was a man in my comment section that was saying the funniest stuff. He was like, oh, men are protectors. Like, okay. Like, men aren't standing between women and danger. Some men are the danger. Like, if we're going to be honest, statistically speaking, the biggest threat to women is men. And in fact, a man she knows. It's not a stranger. It's not a criminal. It's her partner, her ex, her father, her coach, her pastor, her boss. Anyway, when women do get abused by these men, right? Not all men, just these men. Where are the other men? You know, the protectors. They're nowhere. Or they're silent, which is complicit. Or worse, they're openly siding with the abuser. So when men say, oh, I just want to protect my girl, protect her from what? Protect her from who? So when I was 15 years old, I got robbed right on the street, broad daylight, right outside of McDonald's. And you know who walked right by me? A man. He was actually, I remember this, about 6 feet tall, muscular as hell, walking down the street with his pit bull. That man did everything he could to not make eye contact with what was clearly happening just feet away from him and keep walking. And I know what men are going to say, right? That guy doesn't even know you. You think he owes you protection? What happened to feminism? What exactly does feminism have to do with it? Feminism didn't ask men to protect women in exchange for possession. We're asking for a world where we don't need protection from men at all. But the point that I think that these men are trying to make is that a stranger doesn't have to protect you, right? That's what you get when you're in a relationship, meaning you earn safety through being in a relationship. But wait a minute, isn't it the men in relationships with women that are the most harmful? Oh, yes. Men always pull that, oh, but what about feminism card when it benefits them? I'm not opening the door for you. You wanted equality. Not my job to intervene. You're independent, right? You're a feminist. Feminism is a shield for men when they want to avoid discomfort. Any time in my life that I have ever been hurt by men, strangers, intimate partner, you name it, no matter what. You want to know who protected me? I'll give you a guess. It's women. I even agreed that man on the street, it wasn't his job to protect me. I get that. But I sincerely hope that man's not walking around saying that men are protectors when they're not. And I invite all men to stop spewing that absolutely insane lie. If it's not your job to protect women, then stop calling yourself a protector. It's just that simple. Women protect women because we know that nobody else is coming. And you see it. We do it in bathrooms, in clubs, on the street, on buses, in parking lots, in group chats, in comment sections. Women look out for women they've never met. The absolute second I hear a man say that men are protectors, I know exactly what kind of man we're dealing with.
She emphasizes that, in practice, women protect each other because men fail in that role. Traditionally, protecting others would be instinctive and honorable. But when men see that modern society doesn't reward or even criticizes this behavior, and that women often face violence alone, the incentive to act diminishes. Many men hold back because protecting doesn't bring status, recognition, or personal safety.